Sup everyone, I'm your female otaku and I'm here to review episode 22 of ReZero. What an episode this was. I don't know what to make of that ending. Subaru was about to apologize to Julius again, only truly try to make up. But then he was suddenly transported to snowy-ish area. I don't know, but the snow, it looked really beautiful. Oh my gosh, the animation on that. And nobody else was around him. And then on a cliff we see Ram with a flower, and she has a hood over her, cloak over her, a white one. So what's this supposed to mean? Because I remember the last time we were in a snowy area was in episode 15 when Subaru first met Betelgeuse and Subaru got Rem out of the witch's cult lair, and then that's when we first saw Puck in his final form and when he decapitated Subaru. That's the last time I remember them being in a snowy area. So why are they in this area now? What does this mean? It seems obvious, or we can at least assume that Ram is the one who transported Subaru and made everyone disappear and also made it snow. But why? Why is she here and not at the mansion? What's going on? No idea. There's too little information to come up with a legitimate theory, but this is all I got for right now. I want to talk about Julius, and no, I'm not going to call him Julie. I'm calling him Julius, alright? I really like his character now. I hated Julius for the same reason that Subaru hated him, because he kissed Amelia's hand. And at that time, Amelia was my #1 best girl. It wasn't until episode 17 or 18 when Ren finally became my best girl. But, you know, Amelia, as of right now, she's still at a #2, which, by the way, if you didn't notice, I got a ReZero posted there with Amelia on it. I got a Rem wall scroll coming in too. But anyway, that's why I hated Julius, for the same reasons that Subaru hated him. But then, of course, Subaru hates Julius even more because he ended up getting humiliated by Julius after losing that fight, which was more of a beatdown than a fight. So, what was really cool is with Julius, he has truly shown what it is to be a knight, or at least what he believes to be a knight, and that is true honor and chivalry. And I really respected him for that. The man sticks with his word that he is going to be an honorable and chivalrous knight. Like, sure, Julius wasn't the first to apologize. However, Julius did go talk to Subaru, was glad to hear that, you know, his wounds were all okay and stuff, and even congratulated him on defeating the white whale, because the higher-ups weren't paying too much attention about the white whale. They were more focused on other things, and the white whale, you know, was still out there wreaking havoc on a bunch of villages and a bunch of other people. So Julius was very grateful to Subaru for that. And not only that, but Julius isn't angry at Subaru, and he still isn't. Sure, he's not going to be friends with him, or Julius says that he doesn't have any intentions of befriending him. However, he clearly does not hate Subaru. So I gotta give some respect to Julius, man. Yeah, I'm still a tad bit salty that he kissed Amelia, but like Subaru, I gotta get over that. If you were with me in my live stream, live reaction, and discussion of last week's episode, then you might remember that I was like, oh no, Julius is here, and Subaru's going back to his old ways, which he was, but Subaru, even though he is still angry at Julius, he was the first to apologize, and then was willing, after Fellas told Subaru in the end to go give a more honest apology, because, you know, Subaru still admits that he hates Julius's guts. And yeah, Subaru is grateful that Julius is here to help, but, you know, still he really hates Julius. He listened to Fellas and was going to honestly and truthfully apologize and make amends with Julius. So all that is great to see. Honestly, it shows you the development of Subaru and how he is drifting farther and farther apart from being confused as the sin of pride. Now let's talk about the whole scene with Betelgeuse. Now, Again, if you're with me in my last week's discussion / review and, live reaction, then me and the audience, whoever was watching at that time, we were discussing how Betelgeuse is definitely more powerful than the white whale, because it has been shown to us, I mean, the damage that Betelgeuse has caused, and the fact that the only time we've ever seen Betelgeuse defeated was by Puck in his true form. Yeah, that kind of showed to us that the witch's cult is far more scarier and way harder to defeat than the white whale. However, that didn't seem to be the case with this episode, so that was very, very odd. I mean, at first I was disappointed at how quickly Betelgeuse was defeated, but then they brought it back somewhat with one of his fingers or subordinates, and where we have this idea that possibly all of Betelgeuse's fingers, aka subordinates, are archbishops of the sin of sloth. I don't think that's the case. Reason why is the whole thing with the gospel. We were told that the gospel is given to a member to be a part of the witch's cult. That was the exact definition. Is that a gospel is basically given to you to let everybody know, hey look, welcome to the cult. However, when we had this one finger pop up, the redhead one who attacked Subaru, this finger was looking for the gospel. Now, this finger was wearing Betelgeuse's cloak, so perhaps this finger was looking for Betelgeuse's specific gospel. Or, to become an archbishop, you need a gospel. So therefore, what I'm trying to say is that none of the fingers have a gospel, and it's just the archbishops. You see, here's the thing, there might be a thing lost in translation. Either, yes, it is correct, you do get a gospel if you are someone to be part of the witch's cult, or only the archbishops can receive a gospel. That's the thing. Which is why I'm not too sure about this whole theory with all the fingers are the sin of sloth is true, because it might just be only the ones with gospels that are the archbishops of whatever sin it is. I know it took me a while to explain, I apologize, but I hope you stuck with me through all that. This is probably going to be glossed over by a lot of people, but there was a spirit. A spirit popped up. This was a pink spirit. Okay, this could mean a couple of things. Because if you remember, when Subaru was caught by the finger and looked like things were about to be doomed and everything, but then all of a sudden, a spirit shows up, the finger freaks out, and then Wilhelm and the twins come in and save the day. So this spirit, again a pink spirit, we have learned about different forms of magic. Remember how Amelia uses spiritual magic, which is why she has Puck. I'm not saying that this spirit is Puck, but who else do we know is pink? Ram. Could perhaps Ram and this pink spirit be connected? Has Ram been watching over Subaru this entire time? I don't know, because Ram is a former demon. So I'm not too sure what to make of this, but I do believe that there's some sort of connection. The fact that this random pink spirit shows up, and then at the end of the episode, we see Ram in a white cloak. There has to be some sort of connection, right? And what could all of this really mean? Like, why is Ram here? Let me know your thoughts on this episode and all the theories that you come up with regarding the whole gospel and the archbishop of sins, and with Ram and the spirit. Catch me later as I review Tales of Asteria, the Cross, and Orange. I'm your female otaku, sayonara.